Hey y'all, what's going on? This is J Marie of J Marie Booklist, and today I'm coming to make a quick video for Jennifer. Jennifer asked a question. She said that when she got a job in the hospital, she had no medical experience whatsoever. So she wanted to know what classes could a newbie take? What type of medical secretary classes could someone who had no experience take? So, I said, well, give me a minute. Let me look around, and because me personally, when I started in the hospital, the way I got started is I went through a temp agency. So I worked at dry cleaners. I worked at gas stations. I worked at um, you know, Eckerts because I lived here in South Florida. So I did a lot of those jobs. This was like a long time ago in the early 2000s. And so I did a lot of those jobs, and I knew how to type because I'm a writer. So I knew how to type. So my stepfather was like, you should get a job as a secretary doing something because you know how to type, because like I'm making like $5.15, the minimum wage, and doing these type of jobs. And so one day at the cleaners, I was working at dry cleaners, and they just pissed me all the way off. And I literally, before, because they pissed me off that day, and I said, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to Kelly Services, and I'm going to like try to get a temp job. And so I went the next day to Kelly Services. I took the typing test. I knew how to type, and they got me on with a company that did workers' comp claims for the Department of Labor. So I went back, because this literally was the next day. So I went back, got my stuff because I had some stuff there at the job, and left. And like, I quit. And so I started at Kelly Services, and doing workman's comp claims, and they taught us how to, they were teaching us. And one of the things I do actually regret is they offered medical billing classes. Like, you could have been certified, and I decided not to do it. I was like, just let me get out here on the floor and do this, the workers' comp claims. But that's one of the things I regret is I did not take that class to do medical billing, because I would be a beast. I'm a good secretary, and I would have been good at medical billing, and you can do that from home and things like that. So that is something I regret. But I actually got in the medical field through a temp agency. So that's how I got in. But like I said, I knew how to type. And so then, when I moved from Florida to the Midwest, I'm sorry, the Mid South. And because because I had medical experience, that's how I got on in the hospital. So I went to the hospital, I took a typing test, and that's how I got on. And then I explained in another video about how they had us in like a medical terminology course for a month, and then we went to the floor. So that's how I got on. You know, I didn't know too much about fax machines, but I knew computers. I knew computers. I knew medical terminology. I knew how to type. So, and basically, if you know how to type, if you know how to work a computer, that could be your foot in the door. Like I said, I went through a temp agency. Um, but if you know how to type, you can get in, and then they'll teach you medical terminology. It just depends. Some places don't. You just better figure it out. So for those of you who, you know, you want to fit, you get the job, but you don't have too much experience, and you want to get better, because you can always get better. There are online courses you can take. I looked at two. I looked at this website. This is let me see if I can scroll down a little bit. I'm zoomed in real good. Let me move it up a little bit. So this is the Stratford Career Institute. I just Googled online for medical secretary schools courses. This is one you can do from home. The Stratford Career Institute. the website. I'll put it in the link in the video below. Um, they they have a course for administrative assistant secretary, and this is actually medical. And well, was it medical? Did I see? I want to say it is. Oh, hold on. I was looking at stuff. Oh, let me go back. I'm like, now I know I saw some other stuff. I was looking at the. So this one, they have a course. It's supposed to. They said the offer ends August 5th. Today is the 6th, and it's still showing. But this is not necessarily medical, but it is things that you could use, because truthfully, just because you're a unit secretary doesn't mean you can't move up. They're like at the hospital, there certain departments had like a secretary who did the payroll, who did they did the time clock, they took the vacations. They were like the department secretary. Not all the floors did it. Some of the floors tried to have the unit secretary do both jobs. So like the floor that I used to work on, they tried to get the one to do it, and I was not having it because then that left me on the floor, because you needed two secretaries on that floor. That was a big unit. That was the biggest unit in the hospital. And she got to go back over here to do payroll if you don't get your butt out here. And so it was a big old whoop-de-doo. That's kind of one of the reasons why me and her, she tried late, after I left, to be friends, with me, but it was done. Because like you can't do your fellow secretaries like that. She wanted to be all up under the boss, and but you leaving me out here, which don't get it twisted. I know how to handle, because I handled it, okay? But I'm just saying, it was just like a lot of favoritism and stuff going on. And after I left, she stopped doing it because the other girl that replaced me could not handle the floor. See, the floor required two secretaries, but when she was not there, when she was doing whatever, doing the payroll, I handled the floor. But then when I left and they had the other girl could not handle the floor. And so she had to come out, stop what she doing to go back and help. And so she ended up not doing the payroll anymore. And I think that was a wake up call that I did a lot. They didn't, you always take people for granted. You don't pay attention, and you don't appreciate when they do stuff, when they do more than they did. When people give more than 100%, people don't appreciate it. So that's one of the things. But you can move up. You don't have to just be a unit secretary, and then the only way to move up is to go work in a doctor's office. I mean, you can. I mean, we had secretaries do that. They would leave the hospital and go work for the doctors. I mean, because some doctors were a part of the hospital, so they would go work at that doctor's office. But you also have secretarial, like the department secretary, and then you also have executive secretaries. Who knows more? Who could be more of an asset to a hospital than a unit secretary who has worked their way up? Do you understand what I'm saying? They have, because like if you are a secretary, executive secretary, you come in from the outside, you never really worked in a hospital, you don't you don't have that history, that knowledge, that that what really goes on a unit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you as a unit secretary, you know what goes on in the hospital. You know what goes on in the unit. You know if something is not, you know, a good fit for the hospital. You know if that'll be too much for the nurses or the CNAs, PCAs. So I actually thought about becoming a executive secretary for the hospital. The one position at the hospital was for a paralegal type executive assistant, And, I was like, yeah, no. But they did have some positions at the corporate office. And, but I didn't know, but I was not there. Like, like what they required, I was not there. So when Jennifer asked this question and I started looking around, I was like, whoa, I might have to take some of these online um, courses because they teach you a lot. Because, like I said, you you don't want to. You need to always be learning. Like that is something you should always be doing. You don't want to be the secretary. I mean, if you do, you do. But like even me, I'm a go getter, and I could have did the department secretary, and I already know I could do executive um, assistant. I already know I can. And one of the other unit secretaries told me that she could see me running the doctor's office. So I know I have that. But it's just you gotta always be learning. You gotta have what it takes. So like when I was looking at this, I was like, you know what, I might have to go ahead and sign up for one of these and just learn. So this particular course from the Stratford Career Institute is more of a secretary just in general. So it offers it talks about the office setting, duties, record keeping, bookkeeping, time management, things like that. Also talks about making travel arrangements. See, that was mine. That's what stopped me from the executive secretary making travel arrangements. I've never done that. So how can I be executive secretary, arranging and assisting with meetings and conferences? I've never done that. So I was like, I might need to, I might need to sign up for this so I can go ahead and double my money. Um, and then it talks about the business formats, proofreading, like documents, documentation, things like that. Look, you may not do this as a unit secretary, but you may want to move, like I said, move up and become a department secretary. Matter of fact, I was being nosy, and the Mayo Clinic, they have a Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville. They have a secretary, I mean, a supervisor of the secretaries. So not only are you the secretary, you are the supervisor of all the secretaries in the hospital. So like, man, these are skills that just you need to. You might not think it's important now, you know, because all you do is just answer the phone or deal with patients' charts, but it's the more you know, the more you're going to grow, the more that you can, and then that ladder opportunity will be there for you. So we also have productivity apps. Talk about Microsoft. I mean, you need to know that. That's why I told you I have Microsoft right here. Word, my PowerPoint, I'll be using it. Excel. Don't even get it twisted. Um, Formatting the work. All this stuff. That's what you need. And so take a look into that. This one I was looking at, this right here is All Ally Health School. So what this website does is it asks for your zip code. Yeah, ask for your zip code, and then it shows you all the schools near you. So it pulls all the information. So like Kaiser College, cause I wanna say I asked for, I might have did medical. So it talks about all the medical programs near. You see medical billing and coding. So you had Kaiser, and then the campuses are here, and then like we have Purdue, it's online, so you can take an online course. And Florida Career College, we have a few of those here. Yeah, this is West Palm Beach. This medical billing and coding front office, and then Southeastern College. They have a campus here, medical billing. In Colorado. I'm tired, y'all. It's been a long day. Colorado Technical University. they offer online courses. So let's see. Because I clicked on one. Medical administrative executive assistant and medical secretary. So I'm just clicking. This is down in Coconut Creek. So this is a program, and this is at the Atlantic Technical College, a program that prepares individuals to perform the duties of special assistants and personal secretaries for practicing physicians and nurses, health care facilities and service administrators, and other healthcare professionals. Include instructions in business and medical communication, medical terminology, principle of healthcare operations, public relations, interpersonal communication, software application, record keeping and filing systems, scheduling and meeting planning, applicable policies and regulations, and professional standards and ethics. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I might have to go ahead and sign up for some of this. I know I saw another one. It was talking more about the. I'm trying to figure out which one I clicked on because I had it saved and then I came out. Then I went back in. But it was one that really spoke specifically about working on a unit, working on a. Can you imagine being a executive secretary working in a hospital and you have all that experience from working as a unit secretary and working way up? I do not remember what I clicked on. But this website, for those of you wondering, is All Allied Health Schools. I was just clicking. I was like, you know what? I might have to, you know what? Matter of fact, hold on just a second. I think I wrote it down, what I clicked on, because I made a note. Yeah. Medical Administrative Assistant Program. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that's not what I clicked on. And I know that's not what I clicked on. Let me see if I can type it in, because I wrote it down. But these are all, well, not all of them, but some online classes. And then, I was also going to tell you, here we go, that even if you don't want to take something like this, if it's too much, there are always schools offering, just like if you want to learn, like I always talk about continuing education. We have that real big down here in South Florida where they offer all kinds of continuing education. Even at the college, they offer it, because I thought about becoming a phlebotomist, but I was like, I really don't want to stick anybody. Where is it at? It doesn't want to work for me now. That's what I already clicked on. This is exactly what I wrote down. I don't know why I can't find it. I wonder if maybe I was in a different state. And I was just, because I was just clicking around. I'm telling the truth. Probably gonna get the same thing. Maybe this is what I clicked on. I just wrote it in shorthand. But medical assistant is not it. That is not what I clicked on. But I would encourage you to look at some of these online schools just to get certified, or not so much certified, but you understand what I'm saying. Just for you to know, because if you already have the job, no, that's not it. If you already have the job, but you just want to improve your learning, you can. All right, y'all. So I'll talk to you later. This is Jackie. Bye.